Oh, very good. I had a feeling that you would be wanting to join us. At the very least, you would be curious enough to hear us out. And I think that once you hear the details, well, you will be wanting to partake as well. I've been very fondly awaiting this day, I must confess. I've been very eager to show you everything and explore your contributions. Now, as I've said, we are carrying on the work we were doing at Bergenworth. However, some things that we proposed were turned down, for a few reasons, mainly concerns over ethics. Even though we agreed to experiment only on ourselves if necessary, we were ready to make that commitment, that sacrifice, even if it came to it. But we were rejected. As you can imagine, it was devastating. Should not the college be the one to encourage our experiments, our theories? After all, were we not in battle, on the front lines, fighting for the benefit of humanity? We would do anything to further that goal to ascension. And we thought Master Willem was of similar mind. But as you can see, we are no longer with the college. Lawrence agreed with us, with our ideals and our perceptions on the matter. He vowed that as long as we assisted him in establishing his healing church, we would have access to the Great One and to any other resources necessary to conduct our experiment. We would be free to pursue our theories without delay or interference, and thus we have. Although we did have many disagreements with the headmaster, there is one thing that we do very much align with. Master Willem always spoke of needing more eyes to see. Eyes on the inside, to look into our minds. It should allow us to see the unseen. But for all our work, all our insight, the Great Ones just exist on such a higher level than we do. We need more eyes than we have. More eyes than we could form ourselves without assistance. This is why we are teaching the orphans. Why we are exposing them to the celestial wonders. A child's mind is formless, ready to take shape, waiting to be molded properly. And so we are molding it, shaping it, forming it to reflect wisdom that we know of the Great Ones. And it is working. The children develop insight rapidly. We were optimistic about the outcomes, but they were far more than we'd even hoped for. And with you having been teaching them as well, it's been more than simply a success. It's been astounding. We are able to grow and cultivate insight on the minds of these children, like farmers in a field of blooming flowers. Now, our next step is figuring out how to transplant that insight from one mind to another. It will be a difficult feat, and so far we have not been entirely lucky. But we are getting closer every day, and with you assisting us, we feel that you would bring much needed and welcomed insight of your own to our experiments. Considering how well you have been able to cultivate the insight, we do feel that you have such a natural disposition to it, and therefore hypothesize that you might be able to see a path for transplant that we have not considered or been able to produce so far. Right now we are attempting to transplant the insight from one child's mind to another, with the eventual goal, of course, being transplanting the insight they gain onto our own minds. We recognize that this is a difficult path, and it takes much strength and dedication to commit to it. But it is a necessary thing. If this allows us to gain the insight to learn to better communicate with the cosmos and ascend to our next place in evolution, then it will all have been worth it. These children are giving their lives for a grander purpose. They would have perished on the streets, starving, withering, suffering. But we have given them a home. We have given them shelter and food and care, and we have given them purpose. These forgotten children, cast out by humanity, will be the very thing that saves them. And none shall forget their sacrifice. All will know what they gave them. It is a hard price to pay, but in the grand scheme of things, such a small one. Would you not give your life if it meant all of humanity got to move forward in evolution? Got to become one with the great ones, on their level of understanding and being? Of course you would. We all would. And some of us will, before the struggle is over, I am sure. We will bear this burden for the benefit of all. We are not restrained here. We are finally free, unshackled. We can truly pursue understanding here. And that is the real blessing the Great Ones gave us. Not the blood, but this freedom to discover, to explore, to learn. Yes, this was the gift. And now we are extending it to you. And you have accepted, because surely you know within yourself that this is the right path to take. You chose it, and it is a glorious day. I am very excited to see what you will bring to us, what you will offer us, what you might offer me. I very much admire you, and I think this could be the start of something quite grand. Don't you?